Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aska, and in today's tutorial you're going to learn how to crochet this crochet ribbed ruffle hat. It's a very simple ruffle hat to make, and if you are new here, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you get notified when I post a new video. So let's get started. So for the materials, you're going to need a pair of scissors, a darning needle, a tape measure, an elastic band, a 4.5mm crochet hook, 4.5mm crochet hook, and yarn. So for the yarn, you're going to use these two colors. The baby pink color will be the major color, and you're just going to line it with the blue color. So the yarn that I'm using is Robin. It's a Kenyan brand, and it's 100% acrylic. It's a fingering weight yarn. It's a lightweight yarn. So we are going to double our strand, but you can use any other medium weight yarn, single strand. Okay, so let us start. So before we start, let's talk about the measurements. So first of all, you're going to start by making something like this, and this should measure 6.5 inches in length. Okay, so I'm saying this because some people have tighter tension than others, so the amount of chains that we make might be different. Okay, so I started with 30 chains. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. So you're going to begin with the dark color. So start by making a knot. That way. And now you're going to make the chains. So I'm going to make my 30 chains, and then you're going to measure. So if my 30 chains is longer than yours or shorter than yours, you're just going to add or reduce more chains to match with mine. Okay, so let us start. I'm just going to make my chains, my 30 chains. Now I'm done with my 30 chains. So let's take the measurements, and don't stretch your work while taking the measurements. Just lay it down flat. So you see it measures almost 7 inches. It's like 6.9 inches there. Okay, don't stretch your work while taking the measurements, just lay it down flat. Okay, so now let us start our first row. You're going to insert your hook into the second chain from the hook here, and you're going to make a single crochet that way. Go to the next chain, insert your hook, pull up a loop that way, yarn over and pull through the two. So that is a single crochet. So you're going to keep placing one single crochet in each chain until the end of the row. So at the end you should have 29 chains. That is if you stick with the 30 chains that we started with. But if your chains were more, we're going to like up to 8 inches, you should reduce them to 7 inches. And if your chains measured less than 7 inches, let's say 6 inches or 6.5, you should add some few chains to measure at least 7 or almost 7 inches. Okay, so so just continue making your one single crochet in each chain, and you're going to meet at the end. I'm at the end of my first row, and this is how it looks like. Now let us go to the next row. So if you're using one color, just continue with this, but if you want to use two colors like me, you're going to switch the color at this point. Okay, so you're going to undo your last stitch up to halfway that way. Don't finish the stitch, you're going to finish it with the next color. You're going to pick your next color and finish your single crochet with it that way. Now let us go to the second row. You're going to chain one, turn your work, and don't cut the blue color. So now you're going to place one single crochet in each stitch, back loop until the end of the row. So insert your hook into the first stitch, back loop. Okay, the back loops only. Make your single crochet and keep placing one single crochet in each back loop until the end of the row. I'm at the end of my second row, and this is what we have right now. Now let us go to the third row. You're going to chain one and turn your work, and you're going to place 1 single crochet in each back loop also, but you're not going to work up to the end. So I'm going to meet you when you have 2 stitches left. Okay, so place your 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loop, until you have 2 stitches left. I'm at the end of the 3rd row and I have 2 stitches left here and here, so we are not going to work into those 2. Okay, now let us go to the 4th row. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to repeat what we did on the 2nd row. So you're going to insert your hook into the back loops and make your 1 single crochet in each stitch. So back loops only, 1 single crochet in each stitch till end of row. I'm done with my 4th row, and this is how it looks like. Now let us go to the 5th row. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to repeat what we did on the 3rd row. Okay, so you're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loop only, until you have 2 stitches left. Okay, I'm done with my 5th row, and this is how it looks like. Now you're going to go to the 6th row, turn your work, and you're going to repeat what we did on the 2nd row. Okay, so just do your 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loop, until the end of the row, and when you get to the end of the row, you're going to chain 1 and repeat what we did on the 3rd row. So you're going to turn your work, 1 single crochet in each stitch, and you're going to leave 2 stitches untouched at the top here. So keep alternating between the 2nd and the 3rd row until you have the 10 rows, and I'm going to meet you after your 10 rows. I'm done with my 10 rows, and this is how it looks like. Now let us go to the 11th row together. So you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and now you're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. Okay, don't leave any 2 stitches here, just work until the end of the row. So work on the back loops, single crochet, until you get to the end of the row. Now when you get to the end like that, you're going to work on these stitches, the stitches that we left here. We left 2 stitches here, 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 and here. So we are now going to work on them. So go to the next row, which is this one, and place your 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loop. So we have 2 stitches there. Go to the next step, which is this one, and do your 2 single crochets. Go to the next one, and into the last 2. So this is how it looks like. Now let us go to row 11. So if you want to switch the color, because I'm using 2 colors, you're just going to undo the last row halfway. Okay, that way. But if you're using 1 color, there is no need for this, just continue. So I'm going to switch the color. So don't cut your yarn, just pick the blue color from where you left and finish your single crochet with it. Okay, that way. And now let us continue. You're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and you're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch till end of row, and you're going to work on back loops. So keep placing your 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loops only, until the end of the row. Now I'm done with my 12th row. Now let us go to row 13. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loop until the end. Okay, so place your 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loops only, until the end of the row, and I'm going to meet you at the end. I'm done with my 13th row. Now let us go to row 14. I'm going to switch the color now. So just pick your pink from where you left and finish your single crochet with it. That way. Now I'm going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to go to row 14. So row 14 is like repeating what you did on row 2. and working up to row 14, and just repeat the same thing until you have the size that you want. So let us do another one, then you're going to continue by yourself. So now you're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch till end of row, and you're going to meet at that point. Now I'm done with my 14th row. Now let us go to row 15. You're going to chain 1 and repeat what you did on row 3. You're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loop, and you're going to leave 2 stitches at the top here. Okay, so let's do it. 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loops only, until you have 2 stitches left. I'm done with my 15th row. Now I have 2 stitches left at the top here, so I'm not going to work into them. Now you're going to chain 1 and go to row 16, and on row 16 you're going to repeat what you did on the second row. Okay, so just place 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loop till the end of the row, and keep alternating between the second and the third row until we have 9 rows of the pink color. So I'm going to meet you on row number 22. Okay, now I'm done with my 22 rows. Now I have 9 rows of the pink color on this after this blue. Okay, now let us go to row 23, and on row 23 you're going to repeat what we did on row 11. Okay, so just do your chain 1 and turn your work, and you're going to do your 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loops only, until the end of the row, not leaving any stitches untouched. So just work till the end, and when you get to the end of the row you're going to work on these stitches that we left here, the 2 stitches on these rows. So go to the next row, which is this, and place your 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loops only. Go to the next one, which is this one, 1 single crochet in each stitch, and keep placing your 1 single crochets in the next available stitches until the end. So I'm done with my 23rd row, and this is how it looks like. So from this point you can realize that we're just repeating what we did from the second row to 13th row, and just repeat the same process, second row to the 13th row. So now you're going to change the color to the dark blue, and I'm going to finish my single crochet with it, then chain 1 and turn, and now you're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch, back loops only, until the end. When you get to the end you're going to chain 1 and do your 1 single crochet in each stitch, and until the end of the row. Okay, so right now you're repeating what we did on row number 12. Okay, so when you get to the end of the row you're going to repeat what you did on row number 13, then you repeat row number 14, which is like row 2, and just keep alternating, then repeat row 2 and row 3 for the next 10 rows. So in between the dark colors we are placing 10 rows of the light color. Okay, and we are doing 9 rows before we do the last row. We are going to work from this end to the other end. Okay, so keep repeating this pattern, and you're going to meet after you have the size that you want. So you're going to work with a head circumference of 21 inches. It will also fit someone with 22 inches because this pattern is very stretchy. Okay, and also you're going to place your elastic band, so it will be very stretchy. So we can take the measurements at this point so that you can just confirm with yours before you continue. So this measures 6.5 inches. Okay, so it's just the way I showed you. So keep doing that, and you're going to meet after you have the size that you want. Now I'm almost done working on my rows, and I need 66 rows in total. So the last 2 rows will be a bit different, and right now I have 64 rows in total. Okay, so we were doing 10 rows of the light color in between the dark color, but for the last set it's not going to be 10 rows, because if you do 10 rows it's going to be way bigger. Okay, so I've made 3 rows on this last set, but the pattern is just the same. The first row is just 1 single crochet all the way, then the second row you're going to leave 2 stitches untouched, the third row repeat the same thing. Okay, so now let's take the measurements, but remember the last 2 rows will be a bit different. So I'm going to minus the measurements for the 2 rows, then take the measurements so that it can be more accurate. So the last 2 rows I'm going to give it 0.75 inches. So I was working with 21 inches head circumference, so if I minus 0.75 I'll get 20.25. Okay, so I'm going to take the measurements and see if my work stretches to that point. So I'm just going to place it at the 20.25 and at this other end and take the measurements. So you're going to stretch your work and it fits. Okay, now let us go to the last 2 rows. So we were supposed to make 9 rows of the light color. Before doing the last row, we are going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch till the end. So since this will be the second last row, we are going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. Okay, so chain 1 and turn, and you're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch until end. Don't leave any stitch here, and also you're going to work into these 2 stitches here. Okay, so go ahead and do your single crochets in each stitch, back loops only, and you're going to meet after we are done. Remember the last row must be in the dark color because the last row must match with the first row. It should be in the same color with the first row. Now I'm done with my second last row, so I'm going to switch the color because the last row must be with the same color as the first row. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch till end of row. And I'm going to meet you at the end of the row. This is the last row we are working on right now. So you can go ahead and cut this one. We don't need this anymore. And now let us go to the last step. So the last step, you're going to join this together. Then you're going to start on the lower part. So you're going to identify the right side and the wrong side of your work. And the right side is where your work is much neater. So this is the right side of my work, and this is the wrong side. You can clearly see the difference. So you're going to hold your work this way, the right side inside, and you're going to hold it this way. Then you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. So you're going to join using slip stitches. So insert your hook into the first stitch, back loop, and the first stitch on the other side here, and you're going to pull up a loop and pull all through. Go to the next one, the back loop, and into the next stitch on the other side, pull up a loop, and you're going to pull all through, making a slip stitch. So keep joining with the slip stitches until you get to the end. I'm done working on my slip stitches. So when you get to the end of the row, you're going to chain 1 and cut a long tail. You're going to use this to tighten this space that we have at the top. So this is what we have right now. Now you're going to use this long tail that you cut to tighten this space. So let's go ahead and do it. and make sure the loose ends are on the wrong side of your work. I've gotten to the end. So when you get to the end, you're going to pull. Now you're going to weave in all the loose ends. So you can go ahead and weave in all these other loose ends. Now I'm done removing all the loose ends. So you're going to turn your work to the right side, and this is how it looks like. Now let us go to the next step. We're going to make double crochets here. So we're going to work on these stitches. Okay, don't work on these stitches, spaces. Don't work on them. Work on full stitches here. Okay, I'm just going to start at any point, and I'm going to attach my yarn. So you're going to chain 2, and you're going to place 2 double crochets into that same space. So yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So you're going to place another double crochet there. So you're placing 2 double crochets that way. Now let's go to the next stitch. So yarn over and go to the next stitch exactly like this. So the next one is this one. Okay, so insert your hook and make 2 double crochets. Go to the next one, which is this, 2 double crochets. Go to the next, and try not to tighten your double crochets also. So go to the next one, which is this, with your 2 double crochets. So the next one is this. So this is the point where you are joining our work, and the space between this stitch and the next stitch, which is this one, is so big. Okay, so you're going to place 1 double crochet in between, that way. And now you're going to continue the same process. So the next stitch is this one, place your 2 double crochets. The next one is this. So keep placing your 2 double crochets in each stitch until the end. I'm at the end of the row. So I had 66 rows in total, so you should have 66 double crochets plus 1, so you should have 67 double crochets. So if you had, let's say, 60 rows here, you should have 61 double crochets. So now let us join the row and go to the next row. We are going to join with a slip stitch to the first stitch here, that way, and let us go to the last row now before we start on our ruffles. So you're going to chain 2 and place 1 double crochet in each stitch till end of row. So continue placing 1 double crochet in each stitch till end of row, and I'm going to meet you at the end. I'm at the end of the row, so I'm going to join with a slip stitch, and now you can start on the ruffles. So before we start on the ruffles, let us take the measurements. It measures 7 inches in length. Okay, so now we can start on the ruffles. So we are going to chain 2, and you're going to place 4 double crochets in each stitch. Okay, so yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch with 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to the next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook, and place 4 double crochets as well. Go to the next. So keep placing 4 double crochets in each stitch until the end of the row, and I'm going to meet you at the end. When you get to the end of the first row, you're going to slip stitch the first stitch, and that marks the end of the first row of the ruffles, and this is how it looks like. Okay, now let us go to the second row. Now you're going to chain 2, and in each stitch you're going to place 4 double crochets. Okay, so place 4 double crochets in each stitch. This is going to take you a while, but it's totally worth it. That way, 4 double crochets in each stitch all round. So continue placing your 4 double crochets in each stitch, and you're going to meet after we are done with the second row. I'm done with my second row, and this is how it looks like at this point. Now let us go to the third row. So for the third row, you're going to begin with 2 chains, and in each stitch you're going to place 2 double crochets. So into the first stitch, place your 2 double crochets, and in each and every stitch place 2 double crochets. That way. So place 2 double crochets in each stitch all round, and you're going to meet after we are done with this. So this is the last row for the pink color, so we are going to do one more row with this dark color, which is optional. Okay, so continue, and you're going to meet when you're done with this. I'm done with my third row, so I'm going to chain 1 and cut my yarn because I don't need this anymore. And this is how it looks like. So you can go ahead and stop at this point and just go ahead and insert your elastic band, or you can go to the next step together. So this is how it looks right now. Okay, so let us go to the next step. I want to add the dark color on my last row, but it's optional. You can just stop here, remove the loose ends, and insert your elastic band. So the elastic band, you're going to insert it after I'm done with this row. Okay, so you can just skip this part if you don't want to add the last row. So for the last row, you're going to insert your hook into the first stitch. We ended here, so into the first stitch, which is this one, and you're going to pick the dark color, which is the blue, like this. Join it, chain 1, and I'm going to make a single crochet into that same stitch. So insert your hook and make a single crochet, chain 1, go to the next stitch with a single crochet, chain 1, go to the next, chain 1, go to the next stitch, chain 1, So we are doing 1 single crochet and chaining 1 in between. Okay, so 1 single crochet in each stitch and chain 1 in between. So it's going to give it a beautiful finish, and it's optional. You can do this or you can just leave it at that. It's still beautiful. You see, this is how it looks like. It looks really good. So continue doing that, and you're going to meet at the end so that you can start inserting our elastic band. I'm done with my last row. So when you get to the end, you're going to slip stitch to the first single crochet, chain 1 and cut, and we are done with our rows. So this is how our ruffle hat looks like right now. It's really pretty, and the ruffles are a lot. Okay, so now let's go to the next step, which is actually optional. We are going to insert our elastic band. So this will help to keep it in place. Okay, so I've already joined my elastic band. When I stretch it, it stretches to 21 inches. When it's not stretched, it measures 17 inches. Okay, so now let us go ahead and attach it. You're going to start at any point, and you're going to insert into the last row before we started our ruffles. So the last row was this one, and you're going to walk into these stitches. These stitches. Okay, I hope you can see them on yours also. So let us go ahead and start. I'm just going to pick any point. So we are going to use the color that matches with that row, and I'm going to use pink. So let's go ahead and attach it. So there are actually 2 methods. You can attach this before you start your ruffles, and also you can attach it after you are done. So next time I'll show you how to attach it before you start with your ruffles. It's way easier that way because right now we have all these. Okay, so let us start. I'm just going to let this, you can just watch how I do it. And I'm going to chain 1 to attach it. And now let us go ahead and start. So I'm going to insert my hook into that same stitch. You can see my elastic band is in between the stitch. Okay, so insert your hook into that same stitch, and you're going to do a single crochet, and make sure your elastic band is in between the stitches. Okay, go to the next stitch, which is this one, and you're going to do 2 single crochets. 1 into that same stitch, place 2 single crochets. Go to the next one and make 2 single crochets as well. So this is how you're going to do it until the end, placing 2 single crochets in each stitch, and make sure your elastic band is in between the stitches, and you're going to meet after we are done. You see, my elastic band is in between the stitches. So continue, and you're going to meet after we are done. When you get to the end, you're going to slip stitch to the first stitch, chain 1 and cut, and then you're going to go ahead and remove all the loose ends using your darning needle, and you're done, guys. So this is how our ruffle hat looks right now. Isn't it pretty? So thank you so much for watching, and see you on my next video. So if you are new, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you get notified when I post a new video. And that is it, guys. See you.